Tonight on Daily Planet, this just in, 88-meter-long alligator on the loose in Miami. Okay, up next.
My goal has always been to create the world's largest photograph.
On the world's largest alligator, the most monstrous piece of art floats your way right after the break.
Right now, though, we have some breaking news from Miami Bay in Florida. A very large alligator's been found there. It is the length of a football field.
Psych! Obviously, by the size, you can tell that this is not a real alligator, but the artist who created it is hoping that the message behind it will be a very big one.
My goal has always been to create the world's largest photograph. It's never been done before. It's very unique.
Lloyd Goradesky's Gator in the Bay didn't just surface out of the swamp like its inspiration.
I started with almost 5 million images in my library to create the photo mosaic. The entire Gator in the Bay is going to be 288 feet. There's about 3,000 to 3,300 images per tile.
Altogether, it will create the illusion of an alligator when seen from afar.
Exactly as you see here. There's 104 tiles that create the body. At any one time, the most I've ever seen is 2 or 3 together. So now I'm actually going to see all of them together. I can't wait. We're 2 weeks out away from our unveiling, and it's very important that we check our design. So it's do or die right now, although we can make some changes, but we're running into crunch time.
Okay, all the 40s go here.
The alligator is our iconic symbol of Florida, and I came up with the idea of promoting awareness for the Everglades, for our environment, by creating a large alligator.
Large? More like gargantuan. The jaw opens as high as a 3-story condo. It's built around the boom of a crane. More than a year ago, this project was close to coming to a head.
The head's been sitting in the field in a disembodied way, and for the longest time I've been watching it, waiting for us to be able to come back and bring it to life.
Now, the time has come. Lloyd is about to unveil the rest of his reptilian project. Today, a very important step.
We're going to lay out the PVC going in this direction as far as we can. There's a 12-inch space, Al, between the pipes, the pegs that come up, and then there's only a 4-inch space in between the tiles themselves.
The PVC acts as a framework which keeps the space evenly in between the tiles.
Until now, Lloyd's been working in a miniature world with the layout of the mosaic. This will be his first life-size look at how it all comes together.
Follow me over here.
Floating our tiles is actually a unique medium that allows you to put art anywhere.
The first one.
So what we're looking at here is liquid self foam that's poured at 8 inches and compressed to 2. When you take any kind of buoyant property and compress it, it becomes very dense and hard, and the flotation characteristics become very prevalent. Basically, the technology that would be used to create an airplane wing.
Creating the medium was one thing. Creating the mosaic was an even bigger challenge.
Creating something that is gigs and gigs of file size.
What number is that?
I was running into all kinds of logistical hassles and problems. The constraints of getting a program to evaluate my images was just basically impossible.
It actually goes here, okay? But leave it here so we can walk, okay?
I spoke with Andre, who is Andre Mosaic. I spoke with Apple, the people behind the scenes of Apple that do their programming. And they all said, basically, you're on your own.
So, he had to do it by hand, all based on the overall color each image presents.
When you reduce an image really small, you can see what the color mostly is, naturally. I take my library of images and I prepare the primary blues in one file and the primary reds in another and the greens, and then I start literally painting using those small thumbnails to represent colors of pixel.
The layout of the design is almost done.
We're 61 through 70. Do you see that here? Okay, that's the row that's missing. We print all the files in sequential order. An entire row was a misprint. It didn't clear inspection.
Lloyd will not get to see the full design today, but what he does see is more than enough.
Design is truly everything I thought it would be. It's very unique. It's something I didn't think I could do, and we've done it.
The art exhibition is just days away. The Gator in the Bay heads down the Intercoastal to the Miami Yacht Club. Here, the tiles are put on for real in the water.
When this is floating, we're going to have the movement of the tiles. It's going to simulate the movement of the scales on an alligator. It's going to be perfect. A public art piece is only unveiled for a temporary period of time, and you need the documentation. You need to be able to capture an iconic photograph.
But on this morning, capturing a gator in the bay is bringing on butterflies in the stomach.
Oh my goodness, I have been throwing up since about 4:30 this morning, and it all comes down to this moment.
This is beautiful.
The barge is carrying the gator out of the yacht club and into the open bay.
There she is. Now you can tell me if we should be higher or lower, then we'll move it around. Sure, we have plenty of time to move around. Can you move a little faster? No, we're okay. Good.
And then, the magic moment.
There's 4 years of planning to take an iconic photograph.
This is truly a labor of love. The effort, the emotions, the money, the strength, the personal sacrifice and loss from not just me, but also the people around me. It was just huge. It is absolutely a special photograph, and we did it. The plan worked.
Such a huge undertaking. Okay, let's check out some more science headlines on our radar.